Greetings, dear friends and subscribers. Today, we will plunge into the world of elegance, intrigue, and luck. Consider one of the most popular casino games, baccarat. Baccarat is a game that appeared in France in the 15th century and became a favorite game of the nobility. Today, it is widely distributed in casinos around the world and is available to everyone. The goal of the baccarat game is to predict which of the two hands, the player or the banker, will be closer to the sum of 9. Players can bet on the player winning, the banker, or a draw. Baccarat uses 6 to 8 decks of cards. All cards from 2 to 9 have a nominal value. An ace is worth 1 point, and all cards with an image, jack, queen, king, and tens are worth 0 points. At the beginning of the game, the banker and the player receive 2 cards each. The sum of the points of each hand is determined by adding the values of the cards. If the amount exceeds 9, then 10 is subtracted from it, and the resultant value becomes the total amount. For example, if a player has cards 7 and 6, then their sum is 13, but the total amount will be 3. That's 10 subtracted from 13. That's 3. If one of the hands has a sum of 8 or 9, then that's called a natural baccarat, and the game ends. If none of the hands has a natural baccarat, then the player or the banker can take an additional card depending on the amount of points in their hands. If the sum of the player's points is 0 to 5, then he or she must take an additional card. If the sum of the player's points is 6 or 9, then he or she must stand. If the sum of the player's points is 8 or 9, then this is a natural baccarat, and it should also stand. After the player has made his move, the banker can take an additional card depending on the amount of points in his hand and the card taken by the player. After both hands are played, the hand whose score is closer to 9 wins. If the player and the banker have the same amount of points, then a draw is declared. The payments to baccarat are as follows. The bet on the player's victory is paid 1 to 1. The banker's winning bet is paid 1 to 1, but with a commission of 5% of the winnings. The draw bet is paid 8 to 1 or 9 to 1, depending on the rules of the casino. Don't forget that baccarat is a game based on luck, and there is no guaranteed strategy to win. However, there are some tips that can help improve your chances. Tip 1. Statistically, the banker wins more often than the player, so betting on the banker may be more profitable. Tip 2. Avoid betting on a draw. Betting on a draw has a high payout ratio, but the chances of a draw are low. Tip number 3. Manage your bank. Set limits for yourself and do not exceed them. Don't bet more than you can afford to lose. And the final tip, play baccarat with fewer decks. Playing baccarat with fewer decks can slightly increase your chances of winning. I hope this review of the rules of the game of baccarat has helped you better understand this exciting game. And do not forget that the main thing is to enjoy the game and play responsibly. Good luck in baccarat.